Media and the E&M podcast. Just about to go in and get a workout in before this now 1 o'clock game. It was supposed to be a 4 o'clock game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, as you've probably heard, if you watch me and have been watching me, things just have been gotten really busy around my way. I really wanted to do a huge video after the Eagles beat the New York Giants because I thought that was the best game that they played all year. Saquon Barkley was magnificent, and it felt really good to see him go up against his former team and win and destroy them and probably the rest of their season. But just didn't work out that way. So I'm here before the gym. Quick preview for the Eagles against Cincinnati Bengals. Now listen, I just got this work done, by the way. I got my angel with me. Maybe she could help the Eagles finally defeat this curse. It's a curse against Cincinnati Bengals. The Philadelphia Eagles have not won in Cincinnati ever, and I think they've lost five straight against the Bengals. Some just horrific games. I think about the Donovan McNabb. Didn't know that the NFL had ties game. I think about the 2020 game where Carson was just terrible. Um, the Eagles defense sacked Joe Burrow 8 times and still tied that game and couldn't win that one. I remember a couple blowout losses against the Bengals. The Eagles just have not been good against the Cincinnati Bengals. It's a game that when we all pulled up the schedule this year, I put an L immediately, without even thinking about the teams, because it is in Cincinnati and it's against the Bengals. However, I think this is a game that if the Eagles can pull out a win, it's very important for them. Washington has come on the scene as a contender. I don't know if Jalen Daniels plays today. And ironically, it's the game that the Eagles got flexed out of. The Bears and the Commanders play today. Jaden Daniels was hurt last week. The way the guy plays, I said, and this isn't supposed to be a Washington video, but I said this weeks ago, I'm like, man, he's going to have a hard time staying healthy. He just really is. But what do the Eagles have to do going forward, and what do they have to do against the Bengals today? Well, first, let's talk about the Bengals offense real fast. Joe Burrow, one of the best, maybe top two, top three, next to Mahomes and Allen, quarterbacks in the league. He's had a really good year, even though the Bengals haven't had a good year. The Bengals and the Eagles are so similar in expectations and what they put out on the field. They've had two good games against the same two bad teams, the Browns and the Giants. Um, can can Joe Burrow continue against this Eagles defense, and can this Eagles defense continue to be good? The pass rush has finally showed up the past two games. Again, it's been against the Browns and the Giants, but the Bengals have a offensive line that is just about average. So, can the Eagles continue to get pressure? And I think Vic Fangio, we're seeing him do some things that he hasn't done in the past as far as the blitz is concerned. I saw Nakobe Dean last week, and I've been a huge Nakobe Dean critic. Play his best game, do what he's good at when they send him in on the blitz. The Georgia boys finally seem to be clicking. Uh, Nolan Smith um, as well. I've been a big Nolan Smith critic. Can they continue to get to the quarterback? And they're going to have to do that. They're also going to have to do something that they haven't done all year. They've had two turnovers all year, two. And there's two really weird Reed Blankenship interceptions at the end of games. They got to get the ball, man. Get some takeaways. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, Quinyon Mitchell has been awesome, but it's evident why he's not a wide receiver because he can't catch. But they've got to make some plays and get the ball. As far as the offense is concerned, and again, I can't finish this live video without talking about Jamar Chase, who is right up there with one of the top or one of the best wide receivers in the league. And T. Higgins, just a great duo. Going to be very, very hard for this secondary to stop. So pressure is going to be super important. Um, Look at the Eagles offense. Now we talk about the Eagles offense. Here's the thing with the Eagles offense, and here's what they got to do for the rest of the season. Play like you're the Baltimore Ravens. And when I say that, I think the script is the same. I think the Eagles have better weapons than the Ravens do. Um, but the way the Ravens play, they lean on Derrick Henry. And it is shown this year, man. Derrick Henry has been an absolute monster, and it opens up everything else for their offense. That's how the Eagles need to play. lean on Saquon Barkley. I think that the similarities in structure are evident with Saquon and Derrick Henry. They're kind of changing the game to where in the past few years it's been all about the wide receivers. I think Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley are going to get a lot of running backs paid this year. And look, man, keep doing it. It works. Saquon has been awesome. Derrick Henry has been awesome. And the Ravens are one of the top teams in the NFL right now after starting 0-2. Let's just continue to do that. And again, you have an offensive line that the offensive line has been great for the Eagles, but with Jordan Mailata out, Mekhi Becton out, I like Tyler Steen in their regard. But Fred Johnson is Fred Johnson, guys. I mean, average left tackle. Um, and he's going to give up. He's going to give up some pressures for sure. The way you eliminate that is by running the ball. And I think if the Eagles do that, they can keep up with the Bengals and they can keep up with anybody in the league. I think Saquon's that kind of player. And then Jalen just has to play mistake-free football, which he's done the past 2 weeks. Again, you look at the competition, hasn't been the best. I think the defenses on both those teams, the Giants and the Browns, are solid. It doesn't help when they're on the field as much as they are because their offenses are terrible. But, Jalen has played better since the bye. That's for sure. So with that going, how do I feel about this game? I'm not going to give a score prediction. Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati. The Eagles have not won in Cincinnati ever. Now last year the Jets broke their curse by on our expense because they never beat the Eagles and they did last year. Can the Eagles do something similar this year with the Bengals, man? That would be very, very sweet, especially when next week you face the Jaguars. Uh, would be great to just start stacking some wins, man. Got to do it this year, and it's unacceptable. The way the Eagles' offense is, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, it's absolutely disappointing that I have to worry about the offense. I feel like it's something I shouldn't even have to talk about. They should be scoring points at will sometimes. And can Jahan Dotson finally do something? Can we get something from a guy we gave a third round pick for? Enough is enough. Today might be the day. Can Jahan Dotson get on board? Anyway, guys, I'm to the point of the video where I'm just rambling. Pre-workout's definitely kicking in. I'm gonna go get this workout, go watch the game, and hopefully come back excited and not exhausted with the reaction video, guys. Everybody, stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Go Birds, and I'll see you later.